Have you ever truly considered that your existence isn't solely your own? According to the principles of Spiritism, as codified by Kardec, we are reincarnated spirits on a journey of evolution. Invisible energies, specifically those emanating from spirit guides, mentors, and sometimes less evolved spirits, constantly impact and shape us at every turn. The reality is, your spiritual mentor, often referred to as your guardian angel or protecting spirit, is right next to you at this very moment, urgently trying to get your attention. Before we dive into the profound signs that your life is guided, please take a second to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps spread these essential truths to others. The real challenge isn't whether they're attempting to connect, it's whether you possess the courage to tune in. I'm here to walk you through how to stop overlooking these vital cues and begin experiencing direct communication, confirming once and for all that you are never truly isolated. If Allan Kardec's principles are sound, and they are, being based on the universal harmony of mediumistic communication, then every person is a spiritual conduit or a natural medium. It makes no difference if you view yourself as an actively practicing medium or simply as a regular individual. We are all either actively supported by benevolent spirits or constantly contested by negative influences, obsessors. Today, we're going to uncover the identity of your protector so you can finally move forward with confidence. Let's set aside any negative interference for a moment. Our immediate focus is on recognizing the indications that your most potent supporter is near. We've organized these signs into 3 critical groups, corresponding to the 3 ways a spirit can act upon the incarnate: changes happening in your consciousness, perispirit; disturbances in your physical surroundings, fluidic action; and tangible impacts on your physical form, somatic action. Before I reveal this list of indicators that will fundamentally alter how you view reality, if you are struggling, whether with chronic illness or trapped in destructive habits like alcohol abuse, smoking, or anything else, don't hesitate. Drop your name in the comment section immediately. We have a dedicated prayer team prepared to battle for your healing, freedom, and eventual triumph through fraternal assistance and spiritual treatment. Don't keep this lifeline to yourself. Become a vital part of our supportive community. To make absolutely sure this vital information reaches those who need it most, subscribe right now and smash that like button. Now, let's get into the signs proving you're not isolated and that the connection has already been established. Category 1. Mental and intuitive signals, action on the perispirit. We kick off our review of these indicators by looking inside your own head. The spirit guide acts upon your perispirit, the semi-material envelope connecting the spirit to the body, to influence your thoughts. Your intuition serves as your mentor's rallying cry, often surfacing when you least anticipate it. Have you ever been completely lost in a maze of thoughts, only to be struck suddenly by a novel concept, an epiphany that completely demolishes your previous chain of logic? That's not mere happenstance. This is your guide actively pushing through, breaching your subconscious mind to reroute you away from a potentially harmful course. This is the mechanism of inspired mediumship, where the thoughts are transmitted directly from spirit to spirit. They are providing you with a complete mental reboot. By recognizing and committing to this fresh outlook, you will uncover the precise roadmap toward your life's mission and dramatically accelerate your personal development. Regard these indicators as precious gifts designed to elevate you to a more profound understanding of both your inner self and the spiritual realm that surrounds you. Numeric synchronicity and the cosmic code. Get ready for the pursuit of numbers. If you repeatedly encounter identical numerical patterns everywhere, matching times on clocks, duplicated digits on license plates, or sales receipts, stop and take notice. This is not a glitch in the simulation. It's an explicit, undeniable sign that your spiritual helper is calling for a deeper bond. These recurring sequences are not gentle invitations. They are an urgent wake-up call to your awareness. Your guide utilizes the universe's sacred mathematical structure to pull you out of stagnation. They are eager to solidify the connection between the two of you. They intend for you to start decoding the spiritual enigmas embedded within these digits that constantly appear on your path. Sharpen your senses and pay attention to what's around you, as this represents a clear opportunity to unlock the cosmic secrets manifesting throughout your life experience. Profound astral journeys and emancipation of the soul. Forget your run-of-the-mill dreams. What we are discussing here are profound astral voyages, or the emancipation of the soul. A natural state where the spirit temporarily separates from the physical body during sleep, shattering the limitations of your physical body and forging a powerful, transformative link with your spiritual helper. When you fall asleep, your energy field detaches and your spirit is liberated to enter a realm of absolute freedom. The experiences you have there are a mirror of your genuine spiritual worth and your commitment to growth. During these out-of-body encounters, you come face to face with highly enlightened beings whose sole purpose is to mentor and direct you. Even if the recollection surfaces in your waking mind as hazy, broken fragments, you must acknowledge the sheer significance of these occasions. They serve as concrete evidence that your being extends beyond the material world, and your guide is putting you through intensive training sessions on the spiritual plane. Synchronicity and spiritual craftsmanship. Call it coincidence. I call it spiritual craftsmanship. The synchronized events that keep popping up in your daily life are not random occurrences. They are carefully designed setups, orchestrated by your guide to capture your focus. They are actively arranging the cosmos so that these vital connections become impossible to miss. Your helper uses synchronicity as a loudspeaker, cautioning you about a crucial element you might otherwise overlook. If your awareness is low, you are missing the instructions. By reflecting on these seemingly magical incidents, you acquire the means to decipher the universe's hidden links and broaden your insight into your personal connection with the larger entirety. Your mentor is stimulating your sensory input concerning the core components of your spiritual trajectory. The power of clairvoyance, visions. The final, most intense indicator within your consciousness is the vision, a form of clairvoyance. They spontaneously manifest during peak moments, whether in a state of high stress, the quiet of meditation, or deep contemplative thought. These are not mere hallucinations. They are visionary experiences that tear through the barrier of everyday sensory input. Your guide is forcing open a direct portal to the underlying fluidic reality that exists beyond the physical realm. These glimpses range from intense flashes of pure radiance and appearances of influential spiritual figures to encrypted symbolic scenes and even states of fully expanded awareness. They instill an instant conviction of a connection to something immense and propel you toward a deeper spiritual comprehension. This is your mentor, showing you the raw, unvarnished truth, transcending any standard sensory experience you've had before. Category 2. Environmental and physical signs, action on fluids and matter. Your surroundings become the arena where your guide alters physical substance to confirm their existence. However, note that to perceive this energy, your mediumistic sensitivity must be active as it facilitates the appearance of these phenomena. The phenomenon of cold, fluidic condensation. The most recognizable sign is a sharp drop in temperature. No, this isn't exclusively a negative entity. As depicted in horror movies, this sudden, bone-chilling environmental shift can, in fact, be the intentional approach of your spiritual helper. Spirits are disembodied, and their presence can cause a fluidic condensation in the environment, which we perceive as a drop in temperature. They employ the sensation of cold as a subtle yet effective technique to momentarily halt your focus and envelop you within their aura. This temperature change may stem from the spirit's inherently pure energy quality or their goal to deliver important messages by manipulating the immediate setting to draw your eye. Prepare to grasp exactly how your mentor, and crucially how negative influences, obsessors, manipulate the reality around you. Furthermore, learn how to use keen judgment to determine the source of each disruption. This next section on spiritual communication concentrates on phenomena of physical effects, concrete, tangible evidence that the unseen world is real and capable of interfacing with yours. When an entity, whether a high-vibration guide or a dense, low-frequency agitator, seeks urgent or impactful communication, it utilizes the universal cosmic fluid, the primary element of the universe, to cause noticeable changes. The underlying factor for these events is the mediumship of physical effects available in the environment, which might be inherent in a person there, the medium, or simply a pooling of ectoplasmic energy, vital fluid, that enables the materialization or the movement of objects. The issue is, and this is why we term it, a dual alert. The energetic imprint of a positive guide and a negative entity can trigger the exact same physical event, such as a flickering light bulb. The distinction doesn't lie in the occurrence itself, but in the quality of the energy you perceive internally. This requires considerable practice and self-monitoring, known as discernment. Electrical interference, fluidic manipulation. In the material world, spirits engage with us by altering energy flows. And what is the most readily available and responsive energy in your personal space? Electricity, the rapid intermittent blinking of lights, or flickering. This is arguably the most widespread sign, but also the most likely to be misconstrued. The spirit, utilizing the spiritual fluids available, can interfere directly with the electrical flow. The mentor. Your mentor employs the flickering as a gentle, persistent nudge to secure your concentration. Their intent is not to frighten you, but to prompt you to pause and reflect. The feeling that accompanies this is one of peace, reassurance, or a sudden, sharp clarity. Your consciousness is raising its frequency to grasp the unspoken communication. The negative entity. The agitator utilizes the identical phenomenon, but with malicious intent. The flickering may be more intense, relentless, and often results in the bulb failing entirely. The goal is to generate stress, anxiety, and disarray in your space, thereby feeding off your lower vibrational energy. The associated feeling is discomfort, a heavy feeling, annoyance, or an unreasonable sense of dread. Physical manifestations, movement, and falling objects. The second and most striking group of signals involves manifestations that defy the laws of physics. The unexpected movement or sudden dropping of items. Objects falling without being touched represents the ultimate confirmation of spiritual interaction with the material plane. The spirit involved requires a significantly higher concentration of ectoplasm, the vital energy of the medium, to physically affect a dense item. The obsessor's goal, terror and exhaustion. In the vast majority of cases, falling objects indicate negative influence or the presence of a suffering, confused spirit, often categorized as minor poltergeist activity. The intent is obvious: shock, creating an incident that startles and instantly throws the person off balance. The fear and distress energy produced by the fall is what feeds the negative entity. If an object drops or shatters, and you immediately feel terror, discouragement, or intense rage, it is without question a harmful intrusion, a direct assault on your inner tranquility. The mentor's scarce intervention, a critical warning. It's essential to grasp that high-level enlightened guides seldom resort to making objects fall. They are experts in subtlety, intuition, dreams, and recurring numbers. Nevertheless, under extreme conditions, where all refined communication has failed, and your life or divine mission is in immediate danger, a mentor may authorize or utilize a less evolved spirit under their direction to create a physical event, thereby forcing you to stop and take heed. The event is physical, but the result is protection. The prevailing feeling is one of relief, safety, or profound thankfulness. The event's timing is precise and defensive, not random or disruptive. Category 3. Somatic and energy signals. Action on the physical body. We have now arrived at the physical signs where the interaction is so tangible that your body registers a response through somatic mediumship. The first is clear physical touch. You may distinctly sense the contact of a spirit, which is conditional upon the level of your mediumistic energy. Another type of manifestation is an intense, unprompted tingling sensation, often an early sign of psychic faculty activation in your arms or legs. The spirit is actively engaging with your nervous system. Also, be ready for a racing pulse. An elevated heart rate is your body's reaction to a significant energetic charge being transmitted by the spirit. If this comes from your guide, the experience will feel reconforting and produce a surge of well-being. But if it's a negative entity, the sensation will be uncomfortable and smothering. This is the ultimate warning. Negative entities or obsessors are only able to approach because you, through your poor thoughts, careless words, and harmful behavior, are holding the door open for them. You are essentially inviting the attack. Do you want to block these assaults and powerfully enhance your mentor's presence? The solution lies in a daily inner conflict that you must conquer. Personal spiritual renewal, reforma intima, individuals who commit fully to self-improvement and secure their home with the practice of gospel in the home, create an unbreakable defensive shield that repels negative influences and acts as a beacon that draws in their spiritual helpers. Maintain uncompromising awareness over every single thought that enters your mind. This is vigilance in the Kardecist sense. By doing this, you will not only increase the visits and support from your guide, but also neutralize the interference of any detrimental force. If you haven't yet begun to notice these signs, start elevating your energetic frequency right away. The power is yours. Be a casualty or be proactive. Category 4. The essential act of discernment and defense. The complexity of these signs demands an elevated level of discernment. Kardec taught that spirits' intentions are revealed not by the form of the phenomenon, a light flicker, but by the moral quality of the message and the feeling it leaves behind. Testing the spirit's intent. To effectively determine the source of a phenomenon, you must ask 3 questions, which act as a test of the spirit's intent. What is the moral effect? Does the communication or event promote charity, humility, peace, and progress? If it's your mentor, the result, despite any initial shock, is always constructive and morally uplifting. What is the resulting sensation? Does the feeling afterward bring fear, irritation, vanity, or disorder? These are the hallmarks of an inferior spirit whose purpose is to cause your regression and emotional distress. What is the quality of the language? If the communication is verbal, through a medium or in a dream, does the spirit use elevated, dignified, and coherent language, or is it frivolous, contradictory, aggressive, or base? A true guide will never advise anything contrary to reason or the gospel. The shield of self-mastery. The most potent defense against negative influence is not external rituals, but internal fortification. Kardec affirmed that like attracts like in the spiritual realm. If your thoughts are dominated by envy, pride, resentment, or vice, you are energetically broadcasting an invitation to spirits of the same low vibration. You must actively practice self-mastery. When a destructive thought enters your mind, you must immediately replace it with a positive, constructive one. This vigilant control over your mental landscape is what creates an impenetrable barrier against obsessors and simultaneously intensifies the magnetic attraction of your protecting spirits. Your mentor can only help you to the extent that you wish to be helped, and your wish is demonstrated through your efforts at moral reform. If you haven't yet begun to notice these signs, start elevating your energetic frequency right away. The power is yours. Be a casualty or be proactive. I've provided you with the blueprint to the truth. If you've embraced this empowerment, the least you can do is ensure this message spreads globally. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Subscribe to the channel right now. Give us a thumbs up, and together we will disseminate these fundamental teachings. May strength and light always illuminate your journey.